one person that I didn't get to work with, and she knows who she is, and I'm not gonna say her name, and
Taylor Swift.
I'm not gonna say her name, but if you're out there, there's always the deluxe album.
Y'all buckle up, because this courtroom drama just hit another level. If you thought Diddy was out here playing checkers, guess again. He's in the deep end, and this new judge just flipped his whole game. Let's dive into why this so-called victory could actually be his biggest setback yet. All right, fam? Let's get right into this. So, Diddy's team is out here calling it a win after securing a gag order in his ongoing case. But hold on, let's not jump to conclusions just yet, because there's way more to this story. I mean, just when Diddy's team thought they had the upper hand, the judge dropped a curveball that could send their whole strategy spiraling down. Y'all, they got what they asked for, but not what they actually wanted. Let me explain why this win might just be a disaster in disguise for Diddy. So here's the tea. Diddy's legal squad was aiming to keep certain details under wraps. They didn't want the feds or any source dropping anything that could make their guy look guilty in the eyes of the public or the jury. So they pushed hard for a gag order, thinking this would keep things quiet and play into their hands. And yeah, the judge granted it, but not in the way they expected. The judge's actual words were more like, "You want this? All right, but play fair." Yikes, right? And honey, it gets even juicier. Diddy's camp is out here celebrating like they just scored the championship, but anyone paying close attention can see this victory isn't all it's cracked up to be. If you look closely at what the judge said, it's clear this gag order isn't just about protecting Diddy's rights. It's also about ensuring everyone in that courtroom is playing by the book. The judge even threw in a little side eye, basically saying, "You want transparency? Better be ready to give it too." Now, let's talk about what this means for Diddy, because it's not looking good. With the gag order in place, Diddy's team can't rely on public distractions to shift the narrative. They were hoping to paint the feds as the bad guys, leaking confidential info to damage Diddy's reputation. But the judge isn't having any of it. They made it super clear that they won't tolerate any funny business, not from the feds and certainly not from Diddy's team. And that's just the beginning of this plot twist. You see, behind closed doors, things aren't looking great for Diddy. He's dealing with some intense allegations that go way beyond the typical Hollywood scandal. We're talking about accusations that could shatter his entire image, stuff that's been whispered about for years but is now out in the open, with people coming forward ready to spill everything. And these accusations, they're serious. We're talking about stuff that could put Diddy behind bars for a long time if proven true. And it's not just one or two people pointing fingers. More folks are stepping up, and they're not holding back. Some people in the industry are reportedly on edge because they know that if Diddy goes down, he might not be going alone. Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't just a one-man scandal. It could open up a can of worms that the whole entertainment industry would rather keep closed. And if Diddy's team was hoping to quiet things down with this gag order, they might have just dug themselves into an even deeper hole. Oh, but it gets even messier, y'all. Diddy's lawyers were out here hoping to suppress some evidence, especially this one video that's been circulating. They think that without it, they'll have a stronger case. But here's the kicker. The prosecution is ready. Even if that video doesn't make it to court, they've got witnesses. And these people are prepared to testify about what they experienced and saw firsthand. So even without the video, they've got enough evidence to make a strong case against Diddy. And then there's Cassie, who's ready to take the stand and share her story. She's already filed a lawsuit against Diddy, and let me tell you, she's not holding back. Her testimony alone could be powerful enough to sway the jury, especially given the details in her law. Diddy's team might have thought they could keep this under wraps, but it's only heating up. This gag order might actually work in favor of the prosecution by limiting Diddy's ability to sway public opinion before the trial even begins.
And in all of the clowning that's going on the internet, and we're in a good place.
You spoke to him at length.
He's doing fine. It's a difficult circumstance. He's making the best of the situation. You know, Dr. King called it the law of unintended consequences. Sometimes the more people push you down, the stronger you get.
Now, let's zoom out for a second and talk about how this could all end for Diddy. His team has been laying the groundwork for an appeal, just in case he's found guilty. They're hoping to use any missteps in the trial to overturn a potential conviction. But here's the thing. The judge overseeing this case isn't new to the game. They're young, yeah, but they're sharp, and they're not going to let procedural errors slide. Diddy's team is counting on finding loopholes, but with this judge, good luck. The prosecution, on the other hand, is building a case that's airtight. They're coming with evidence, witnesses, and a plan that's hard to shake. If Diddy's found guilty, his team won't have much to work with for an appeal. And the judge made it clear that this case is going to be handled fairly for everyone involved. That means no funny business, no leaks, and no media circus. So, where does that leave Diddy? Right now, it seems like he's boxed in. His team tried to play the system, but the judge is playing chess while they're stuck on checkers. They were banking on this gag order to keep the feds in check, but all it did was lock them into a strategy that doesn't have a clear escape route. The evidence is piling up, and the court isn't giving him room to manipulate the narrative. And let's be real, Diddy's not the first powerful figure to be taken down by the legal system, and he won't be the last. We've seen high-profile names like Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, and others get exposed and held accountable, and it looks like Diddy might just be next on the list. If the prosecution continues to tighten their case, Diddy's legal team will have a tough time finding any wiggle room to get him out of this mess. So y'all, we've got a long way to go in this case, but one thing's for sure. Diddy's days of dancing around the law might be coming to an end. This gag order might have been a small win, but in the grand scheme, it's looking like a major setback. And if he's found guilty, this gag order is going to be the least of his worries. But hey, you know what they say? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and Diddy might have just won himself a front row seat in one of the biggest trials we've seen in a long time. So keep your popcorn ready because this saga is far from over. Diddy's team might be quiet now, but the feds are sharpening their knives and they're coming in hot. And with everything we've seen so far, it doesn't look like this is going to end well for Diddy. All right, y'all, that's it for now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Diddy has a chance of getting out of this, or is this the beginning of the end for him? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any updates on this wild case. I'll catch you next time. Stay messy.